I'd like to just chat a bit about contributions. The contribution of the banking sector to Trinidad and Tobago. Well, let's look at it in four categories. Who are you contributing to? The first, of course, and some people like to emphasize, your shareholders. These are the ones who set you up, who say, I'll put some money in you, but I have to get some return. Your clients, because you have to service your clients. But who are these clients? How important are they? And what is the composition of them in Trinidad and Tobago, and what does that mean? Well, roughly speaking, we could use three broad categories. You have the private individuals, you have the private companies, then you have the government, and you have public sector agencies. It's a rough breakdown, but it works. So in Trinidad and Tobago, it's good to know where do these fit in. They are different with respect to loans, investments, and deposits. And again, that's good to know because you know who is giving you money, who is borrowing from you, what are their vulnerabilities, what are their stresses, and so forth. Because I talked about the shareholders, I talked about the clients. The third one is your staff. Now, my little understanding of banking business is that it is a high-stress activity. For people to work, I mean, you all look very calm and thing, but I'm sure you are very difficult people to work for, right? You may not think so, but you know, no, but it is, you're dealing with people's money. People are not patient with their money. Where's my money? You know, why can't I get it now? I need to do this transaction. You know, this is high stress. You're looking at these share prices, you're looking at this and that. Everything is now for now. Plus, you could get jailed for almost anything because you're missing some money by fraud. You know, so it is high stress. The pandemic didn't help. The banking sector is huge. 87% of GDP in terms of asset. This is not tiny. You have a lot of people, as Richard pointed out, in your fold already as clients. 19% are unbanked. Where do they go? Well, if you know, you have 124 credit unions. I'm just using that as an example. With 642,000 members. There's a lot of people. If you look at it as a percent of the vaccinated population, is about 85%. So it's plenty, you know. There's plenty of people, right? But the assets of the commercial banks are 8 times the assets of the credit unions. So you see, a lot of people have small money in this, but it is their inroad into the financial sector. And they might think, well, you know, I could get money easier and so forth. We have to be looking at that. Financial inclusion. And I was really heartened by the talk and your commitments on that front. But it's something that Dominic's survey pointed out, that there are a large proportion of the surveyed population, I wouldn't want to say financially illiterate, but they have some education to catch up on with respect to how to conduct financial transactions, because these things are quite complicated. And a significant proportion have also been the victims of financial fraud. So it's something we have to look at.